Hey guys, Crazy Postman here, back with another one. So last week's video I talked about Luba making donut holes when it crosses from the front yard zone to the backyard zone, and I've seen quite a few comments this week on the internet about Luba donut holes. Also, this is not a new thing. Luba's been doing this from the beginning. There's been a few updates that Momotion put out that says they've addressed it, but it still occasionally makes donut holes. One of them is going to be here at the charging station, because when it pulls in from mowing, it has to turn around here before it backs into the station. So there's going to always kind of be a donut situation here. You know, they can't vary the distance too much, because Luba still has to maintain the IR contact, and you can only get so far away from that IR window before it's no longer useful. I'm not an engineer or a software person, so I don't know how hard that is to fix. Maybe it's really hard to fix. But anyway, that's where one of the donut holes is. And like I said earlier, the other one is here when you cross zones. Luba does a little dancing jig, and we call it making a donut hole. I showed it in last week's video. Let me give you a little refresher here on what that looks like. Okay, it's crossing between zones here. You can see a little Luba donut right there where it stops and does a little twisty-loo for no reason. We've had Luba donuts since the beginning, and it is still doing Luba donuts. Gonna do some more donuts here in its little donut zone. You can see it has another little path right there, and then another little donut spot right there. Why does Luba do this? You got the one donut hole here and another donut hole up there. What are you doing, Luba? Are you reversing? Oh, Luba. So what I wanted to do in today's episode is see if maybe we can edit this area and address the donut hole situation. See if something I can do with the map here will alleviate some of the donut holes. So let's go ahead and switch over to the app, and I'm going to show you what's going on here, because these two areas kind of overlap. So looking at the map here, if I zoom in real tight to these areas, you can see that this little zone here by the fence overlaps slightly. So the outside front yard zone goes straight across, but this little finger here kind of sticks out into this zone just a little bit. So what I want to try first is, we've already saw how it reacts there. It does the donut right here where I'm circling on the screen. I'll show you the brown patch of grass here on the other video. That is where the donut hole is. So what we're going to try first is we're going to edit this zone and just cut that little finger off and make it straight. And then I will connect these two zones with a pathway. That's my pathway. How y'all like that? And we're going to see if that alleviates the donut hole. I'm not sure it will, but we're going to try it. And if that doesn't work, what we're going to try next is, I'm going to keep this little finger, but I'm going to edit in a way where it doesn't really overlap. It just touches. And we're going to see how that works out. So we'll try it both ways and see what happens. Let's go. So the hard thing when you're editing an area is to get it to line up perfectly where the edge of the area is. So you can see here, it looks like I'm outside of the area. So let me just get up here. See, it still kind of looks like I'm outside of the area. So what we're going to do is we're going to map. And when you want to edit an area, you have to say edit, obviously. What area do I want to edit? Modify perimeter. Okay. Distance between the robot and the perimeter. So I'm sitting right on the perimeter, and we're just going to try to cut that little finger off. So here we go. Please control the robot manually. So we're just going to go as smooth as I can. Nice and slow. This is the best way to do your mapping, is nice and slow. It may take a little bit longer, but your edits will look nice. Okay. I'm pretty sure I got that whole finger cut off now. So we're going to preview. Yes, so you can see before I accept it that we've got that finger cut off. And I pretty much aligned right where it was connected. So it shouldn't be scribbly. I don't know, is that a good word? It should be a nice smooth edit. Finish. Modification in process. Boom. Look at this. So I edited that, and now this one over here, I'm pretty sure we showed this earlier on the screen recording. It was not lined up perfectly like that. That's kind of interesting. To move on with the experiment, let's draw a connecting path here. Uh-oh, I just tore up the grass right there. Can y'all see what I did? My dad's gonna be mad because he just planted grass there. Yeah, y'all can see that. Nice. Whoops. So we got Luba pointing straight, and what I'm gonna have it do is just drive straight through the middle of this gap, and we're gonna create a pathway or a channel. So we're gonna create a channel. Got it, we know how to do this. Hit play. Now we're gonna make a channel here. I'm still going slower than I really need to go, but we're gonna try this out. Okay, task is completed. A channel already exists. Please delete the current one to create a new one. Where's the channel exist? Is it talking about over here where they attach? Let's detach this other side too. So we're gonna cut off this corner here. We're gonna try to square it off a little bit. So we're going to edit. Area 2, no. 3, no. 1, no. 4, nope. Okay. 5, nope. 6, dang. Okay, modify perimeter. So we are sitting right on the perimeter again. I must be really good at that. Get rid of that. Okay, we're just gonna, here's the plan. We're just gonna slice that off right there. Actually, you know what? That's not the plan. The plan is to kind of box it off. I think that's what I want to do. We'll see how I make it look here in just a second. So, firing up the edit, and we are going to give this a go. And I'm just going to do a tank turn right here. Preview. Finish. Modification in process. Alright, I squared it off. So now there should definitely be no channels between the backyard and the front yard because nothing is touching. So now I'm going to make a channel there on the other side. So let's get out of edit mode and we'll cruise. Luba is getting kind of creaky. Y'all hear that? It's definitely coming from the left side front, because this side's not creaking. Whatever. I'm not really sure what's creaking. That doesn't matter right now. Having a little ADHD moment. So we're going to create a channel, and then we're going to see how Luba transits that channel. See if we can get rid of that donut hole. Let's tell my camera to track Luba there. Come on, track Luba. You see it? All right. So it's tracking Luba. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a channel. Yes, I got it. All right, play. Here we go. Right into its old donut hole. So you know how those were connected before, because it literally finishes right inside its donut hole. All right, channel created. One of the things I learned with the new update here is if you hit mow, it instantly brings up all the areas you can see here. I would have to open that and then unselect all. But if you're in this screen here and you just touch one of them, it will just select that one zone to mow. Here we go. We're going to see how it transits. Okay, no donut holes yet. Oh, what are you doing, Luba? Oh, no donut holes. Oh, wait. What are you doing? All right, it wiggled a few times, but it didn't make a donut hole. So let's go ahead and bring it back. We'll say recharge and let it come back automatically and see what it does here. It is squeaking bad, by the way. Not sure what's causing that. Okay, it paused slightly, but then it just drove straight through. So that definitely, why are you turning this way? Luba, your home is the other way. Listen to that squeaking. I'm kind of worried about that new squeaking situation. Something might be needing greased. And then it's gonna back into its house. So there's nothing really, here, I'm gonna cancel the recharge. There's nothing really that you can do about that donut hole here at the house. Now here's another thing I wanna try, is I want to turn on zero turn. So you go in here to robot and multi-point turn. I'm gonna turn on zero turn mode and see how it crosses that boundary now with zero turn on. Here we go. Okay, it does do a little tank turn there. That is a lot better. I'm not sure why it does that little jig, but that's actually a lot better than what it was doing. All right, so we'll bring it back in one more time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to delete this channel we made. We're in area 6, and we're going to delete one of the channels That's the charging channel. That's to the backyard channel. And this one right here, channel 4. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. We're going to close this. And now we're going to re-edit our area so that the zones touch slightly. Area 6. Edit. Modify perimeter. And we're going to scooch over just a little bit so we can get closer to the, there we go. So we're going to hit play. Now here we go. And I'm just going to connect to these two areas as nicely as I can. Let me zoom in a little. I'm driving backwards here because I'm standing over here by the camera still. Alright, I didn't hit nothing. That's a win. Okay, look, it evened up those two connections really nice. You can see where I overlapped, and that's kind of what it looked like last time I did this. It was overlapped just slightly, but now on this new software it connects them smoothly. So let's go ahead and say finished. Nice. So obviously the last time I updated this map was before the current software. So what we'll do, we'll get Luba back here on the grass before I do a tank turn. Oop, facing the wrong way. Okay, we'll back up now over here. Alright, so now I'm going to tell it to drive between zones. So now this little area has a little appendage there, just like before. So now, let's go ahead and send Luba out to mow. Go back to this screen, select that zone, and say start. Self-check. Go, go, go. Alright, let's see how it does. What are you going to do? Oh, a little bit of a tank turn, and then it just goes. A little bit of another tank turn. So it does the same exact thing. All right, let me stop it. Stop, Luba, stop. So it still does the same exact thing it was doing with the channel, except now they're directly connected. Tell it to go charge. For some reason, it likes to go over there to that left side and then go to the middle. Okay. It did do a little bit of squirming over there, but that wasn't bad. We're going to cancel that recharge. So I think some of my donut hole was because I had an overlap and I hadn't edited my map zone since a software update that fixed that. So now mine will cross between zones a little bit more smoothly. It is so windy out here right now. So now it seems like it's going to cross between zones more smoothly. So if you're having troubles with donut holes like I was crossing boundaries, maybe just go ahead and edit your map since the software has been updated since you created your map. That may be why you're getting some donut holes. It doesn't seem like it's completely gone, but compared to what it did earlier this week, it is a lot better. It still does a weird jig kind of going off to the side, but that's better than it was. Let's tell Luba to go home here. All right, so that's going to bring an end to this episode. Thanks for watching me show you how to possibly alleviate some of your donut holes There's nothing we can do about that donut hole right in front of the charging station. Not right now. Not unless you put something in front of it like I did. I put a little mat. For a while, Luba was shipping with a mat in front of the charging station. That really didn't quite work because the mats were hard to stake and they were falling apart. And, you know, it's just part of it. It does a tank turn right there. So if you can find some way to alleviate that donut hole, these other ones are starting to get better with further software updates. So thanks for watching. Me and Duck will see you in the next one. Say bye, Duck. He says bye.
You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy.
Oh, now I'm dirty.